Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is something that I got an email about, okay? And I was talking to my best friend Trish, okay? And she was telling me about what's going on, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And this is the email that she sent me. She said, today, meaning, well, the 15th, okay. She said the entire country of Cuba, all banks shut down, all ATMs went dry. It's been announced that Cuba will place everyone on UBI, Universal Basic Income. Is this a dry run? If they can make it happen peacefully in Cuba, where 90% of them are hotheads, place them all on UBI, but take their bank accounts across the board and make everyone equal financially. Can they do it without a massive amount of people fighting back? I believe it's a dry run for the preparation to do it elsewhere. One place at a time, start small, think big. Here we go. All of it has just been as I said would be. Shit, fan, wall, thud. The only thing I didn't say was let's add 3 million refugees to the mix just for the fun of it. So then I did some more digging. Yeah. So back in April, okay, of this year, the people of Cuba stood in line for several hours outside of a bank in Havana, hoping to withdraw Cuban pesos from an ATM, but the cash ran out. And Cubans have to grapple with yet another hurdle while navigating the island's already complicated monetary system, which is a shortage of cash. Okay, well, now, as we know, it's not just a shortage anymore, it's kaput. Okay, long lines outside of banks and ATMs in the capital of Havana and beyond start from early in the day as people seek cash for routine transactions like buying food and other essentials. Now, remember, this is back in April, okay, just 2 weeks ago, okay. Experts say that there are several reasons behind the shortage, all somehow related to Cuba's deep economic crises, one of the worst in decades. The main culprits are the government's growing fiscal deficit, the non-existence of bank notes with a denomination greater than 1,000 Cuban pesos, stubbornly high inflation, and the non-return of cash to banks. There is money, but it's not in the banks. But most of the cash is being held not by salaried workers, but by entrepreneurs and owners of small and medium-sized businesses who are more likely to collect cash from commercial transactions, but are reluctant to return the money to the banks. This is either because they don't trust the banks or simply because they need the pesos to convert it to foreign currency. So most of these entrepreneurs and the small business owners in Cuba have to import almost everything that they sell or pay in foreign currency for the supplies needed to run their businesses. And as a consequence, they may end up hoarding the pesos to later change into foreign currency on the informal market. So converting these pesos into currencies poses yet another challenge, as there are several highly fluctuating exchange rates on the island. And the monthly salary for a Cuban state worker ranges anywhere from 5 to 7,000 pesos a month. And now there's something else going on with Cuba. Okay. So it's just more, just pile more on top of the pile, right? Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, they have removed Cuba just on Wednesday, okay, from the State Department's short list of countries that it deems less than fully cooperative against violent groups. And Cuba and US law enforcement were again working together on counterterrorism and other efforts. So the State Department had cited Cuba as a not fully cooperating country in 2022, saying that Cuba had refused to engage with Colombia in the extradition of members of the National Liberation Army Group. So Colombia later dropped its arrest warrants for those members, however. So, moreover, the United States and Cuba resumed law enforcement cooperation in 2023, including on counterterrorism. So, the State Department, in compliance with U.S. laws on arms exports, maintains a list of countries perceived as not cooperating fully. And the US kept like North Korea, Syria, Iran, and Venezuela on the list in Wednesday's rulings. But Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez acknowledged this decision but said that Washington could do more. So then the US had just admitted what is known to everyone, that Cuba fully collaborates with the efforts against terrorism, and all political manipulation of the issue should cease, and our arbitrary and unjust inclusion on the list of countries sponsoring terrorism should end. So it seems like they've got just so much going on. So much going on. You know, first in April, they ran out of cash. Now there are total UBI, which is universal basic income. So they're trying to make everybody equal, right? And now that, so it's like, wow, talk about like, it's just the boulder it keeps rolling. You know what I mean? So anyway, all right, guys, I wanted to bring this to your attention, because Trish brought it to my attention, and I'm like, oh, gee whiz, here we go. Are we next? Is our country next? Like, because like she said, start small, start with the smaller countries. And if it rolls out, you know what I mean? And there's nobody fighting back, okay, now let's go with the bigger guys. Start small, go big. You know what I mean? And that's how it's going to happen. All right. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. Okay. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear it less. Ciao.